Welcome to the Professor's Lab podcast, a show with a nerd, a clown, a duck, and a degenerate. I'm so excited, guys. Today, we're going to be doing a tier list of all of the games I played in 2023. I'm going to be ranking all of them from it's a tier list. So the bottom is the worst, and the top is the best. You feel me? Just like what we did last year with my other video on the second channel here where I, you know, so instead of doing a podcast episode, because I wasn't doing the podcast at the time, I just did a normal video and it was actually edited down, it was cut up, all of that stuff. So we're doing the exact same thing today, okay? So we're gonna start in order with all the games. I think I organized them correctly here. So let's name them all off here. Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy, Dead Island, Dead Island 2, Wolfenstein The New Order, Sleeping Dogs, Saints Row 2, Payday 2, Just Cause 1, Left 4 Dead and Left 4 Dead 2, GTA 4, Borderlands 1, Borderlands 2 VR, Borderlands 3 DLC, um, Cyberpunk 2077, Wolfenstein 2, The New Colossus, Halo 1, 2, 3, 3 ODST, and 4, the original 2002 Mafia game, the original Half-Life from 1998, Battlefield 1, Wolfenstein The Old Blood, and Wolfenstein Young Blood. So there you go. That's what we're going to be working with here. There might be chapters on this video here to like show when I talk about what game. I don't know. It depends on how much patience I have as I'm uploading this and typing out the description and stuff. So, I think we're locked in now. So I guess we can just get started then, right? Okay. So first game, Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy. So this is of course a rage game, one of the most iconic Markiplier games ever, because he just gets so mad when playing it, okay? So the reason why I picked up this game is not to make myself mad, not to make myself learn more patience, but because I saw a random meme somewhere. I don't know if it was on Twitter, Discord, or what, but I saw a meme of some dude speed running the game, and it was just a meme. Like, it wasn't like, "Hey guys, look at my speed run." I was mesmerized by it. I was like, "Whoa, is Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy really that easy if you know what you're doing?" And so then I bought it. Okay, it's a very cheap game. Okay, so I started playing it, and how long? Okay, hold on. I um I need to find my NVIDIA replay. Um G. Getting Over with Bennett Foddy. Here we are. So let's just show some gameplay. Okay, here's me struggling to finish it. I don't know if this is my first time or what, but there you go. I eventually get it. It's very difficult. Um, so here's my first attempt. No, this is my 8th attempt. As you can see, how do I zoom in? Oh, there you go. As you can see, took me 18 and a half minutes on this one. And then I got to 13 and 40 seconds, 11 and 27 seconds, 9 minutes and 10 seconds, 9 minutes, 8 minutes, 7 minutes and 13 seconds, 7 minutes and 4 I don't know why I screenshot that. 6 minutes and 47 seconds. 5 minutes and 26 seconds. 5 minutes and 6 seconds. 5 minutes and 3 seconds. 4 minutes and 15 seconds. And the wins keep going up. We're over 100 wins. 3 minutes and 34 seconds. And that's it. That's my record. This is my world record. 3 minutes and 34 seconds. My world record of speed running this game. Actually, I think the real world record is like 59 seconds, maybe? It's like around a minute and 1 second. I don't know. It's one of those. But yeah, I wanted to go further. I wanted to get down to like 2 minutes or something. Or just see if I can actually beat the world record. I don't know. But, I just lost interest. I think, yeah, I don't know. this satisfies me. So, yeah. Um and I did when I first beat it, I did go see what's after the screen here, what you get to see. And yeah, a lot of people already know what it is. I want to say it so bad. Like I know nobody's watching this video that's going to like penalize me. It's not that special. It's not that's all I'm going to say. It's not that special. So so I have more clips here. This is me struggling again. And yeah, look at that. It's very frustrating sometimes, especially when I'm trying to speedrun it. And then here's raw gameplay that I used for the main channel when I was making commentary videos. Look at that. That's skills. These are skills, okay? There's like a strat right here or something. Just don't be afraid. You gotta be fearless. Wow, I was so bad at this time. Oh my gosh. Do I have a better one like this?
I get like progressively angrier. You mean there's a dynamic anything about anything?
I don't know, it's not that fast. I swear, I was like really, really good at one point. I'm wasting a lot of time right now. I know. I'm just trying to... Look, I got the gold... Look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that. I got the gold cauldron and everything. Look at that, I'm going so fast.
But then, I mean, how'd they get away with that, right? Well, in a certain way, give you some idea how competitive Intel's last attempt at competition happened.
Oh, wait. I need to show the strat for this. So basically, instead of going over here, you gotta go like that. You boost yourself up like that. It's really epic. It's really hard to do at first, but once you get the hang of it, it's like the easiest thing. This is still very difficult. I struggle. I have to do this really slow. And I guess I fell. Or I restarted. What happened? I restarted, okay. I rage quit. And then this is still really hard. And then I did it. Amazing. What is this? Am I
because I don't know, I don't really get desktop.
Yeah, look at that.
I understand that for some people having the mobility
Look at that.
is great. But, well, not this laptop. You can buy a thin and light. If you have heaps of cash,
More than it's play it against. Right, someone's just made a legendary donor. Would I do events for the Discord members on the server? Maybe. I saw.
Okay, well that's all. Yeah, you get it. So, getting over it with Bennett Foddy. I can't say it's memorable. Yeah, you know what? Pretty good in it. It's pretty good in it. Okay, like it teaches you a lot of patience. I think it's a good introductory to speedrunning. This is like the first game I actually grinded so I can speedrun it. Let's look at my playtime, shall we? 61 hours. That's crazy. 61 hours on a rage game. Imagine. Okay, next game. Dead Island 1 from, what is this, 2010? Yeah. So this game, I used to watch my brother play this on the Xbox 360. It's one of those, okay? And I thought it was really, really good. It was like my favorite zombie game ever. Because I loved watching my brother play it. It looked really fun. And so, since Dead Island 2 was finally coming out, I wanted to play Dead Island 1 for my own and stuff, and so I did. And it's pretty good in it. Okay. I remember it being a lot better. I just don't think it's aged well. Like the best thing about it is the graphics. Like yeah, like it's a good game. Okay? Better than Getting Over It. Okay? So let's just go right into Dead Island 2, okay? Dead Island 2, it is the same as Dead Island 1, okay? Of course, the gore is very revolutionary and realistic, and it's really fun to work with here. Okay, so let's Yeah, here's the one Dead Island 1 clip that I have. As you can see, the graphics, it's alright. Like, for PC, enhanced. Yeah. And yeah, that's the one clip I have. And then, here's Dead Island 2. Look at that. Like, there's some weapons that you can just, like, lodge in their skulls, and it looks wild. Okay.
To die? He did the thing every fucking red fountain does
No.
with bad-
Got your other private really sharp knife. What?
Like I have this. This mattress.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, there's sometimes I like
Be so uncomfortable.
I kill a zombie and then I just start like mutilating them while they're on the ground, and it's really fun to look at.
Talk about this.
Oh, that's a GM.
So much hate.
Like, look. Here's this zombie. And like you can like open up their rib cage and stuff, and you can see their ribs. It's crazy. Look at that. And they're all like jiggly. It's crazy. Yeah, there you go. So that's the best part about the game. The gore is just very realistic and stuff. The story sucks. The characters suck. The only good character is Sam B. And yeah. There's so much I wanted to say about these games. It's just leaving me because I can only think about the negatives. Okay, like Dead Island 2 is so poorly received that nobody even remembers it exists anymore. Like, I'm the only person in the world that remembers its existence. Okay, it's very sad. Like, it's not one of my favorite games from this year, but it probably is close to top 10 relatively to everything else because of just like how much people hated it, and I'm like, I just kind of have sympathy for it because it it's been in production like like what's the word? Starts with a T. I don't know. It's been in production damnation for so long, for like about 10 years. And you can't and so they released it at the state that it is because they're just done with it. Nobody wants to work on it anymore. And so this is kind of all they have. Okay? Yeah, that's about it. All right. Wolfenstein: The New Order. Now, this is like I'm totally new to Wolfenstein, okay? Like the whole reason why I wanted to play The New Order was because of the memes, and I wanted to see Hitler and the KKK people. Um so of course if you were watching the second channel at the beginning of the year, you probably remember me uploading a video of me playing this and stuff, and I really, really liked it. Okay, so let's just get this out of the way. It's very memorable. Okay, it's a really, really good game. Like Wolfenstein, the originals, the pixelated ones from. Ah, I read a thing recently that said it was from the late '80s, but that just doesn't seem right. Because didn't Doom do the first person shooter thing first? Like Wolfenstein original release date. 2001? No, that's not right. Wolfenstein 3D, 1992. Here's the Wikipedia. Mm-hmm. The ID made 3D. Castle Wolfenstein. What is this? Oh, interesting. Okay, so okay, it started in the early 80s. It was a Mario game. Another Mario game. And then Wolfenstein 3D, where you play as Blazkowicz, kind of. Return to Castle Wolfenstein. Enemy territory. But yeah, there's a lot of Wolfenstein games. And then there's the ones from the late 2000s. And then the New Order. Okay, here we are. It's pretty good in it. I mean, no, it's not pretty good in it. It's memorable. Get the frick out of here. Okay? Now we're going to talk about the other ones. Okay, but for now, there you are. So, I never cared about the other Wolfensteins. I only cared about the new ones. And so I wanted to play the New Order because I thought it looked cool. Okay? I thought it was a very interesting concept. I wanted to see a rendition of the world if the Nazis actually won the war, you know? Like, what would the world be like if, you know, we. If it was all ruled by one power, Germany, the German Empire. Okay. Here it is. And there's even a Easter egg in some of the new Wolfenstein, or all of the new Wolfenstein games, where you get to play basically the original, but you have realistic hands, okay? And yeah, so there's some pretty good cutscenes as well, and there's the General Angle. She's very swag, okay? And it has its moments and stuff, and I don't know, the ending's okay, but yeah. Okay, so pretty much the thing about this universe is that the only reason why the Nazis won is because they're technologically advanced, like more advanced than we are in the present now, okay, even in World War II. And so I think the statement that the producers are trying to make is like, if the Nazis wanted to win the war, then they had to be more technologically advanced than like most civilizations, okay? Or all of they had to be the most intelligent in the entire universe, okay? They had to have robot dogs, and yeah. And then when they nuke Manhattan, that's when the Americans surrender instead of the Americans nuking Japan, okay? So like maybe that's the intention. Like it's supposed to be super unrealistic because that's what it would have taken for them to actually win the war in real life. But whatever, let's not linger on it too long. All right, next game we have Sleeping Dogs. Now this is another game I watched my brother play a lot, and I really like the concept because like how many GTA clones are there that take place in China, all right, Hong Kong specifically, and you play as an undercover cop and you do karate. Wait, no, not karate. What do they do in China? Kung Fu. So, I think it's mixed martial arts actually, but like whatever, you get it. So the best thing that this game has going for it is the fact that like most of the combat is melee. First of all, like there's guns, but it's China, so they're very scarce, and there's only so many shooting missions. But like the combat system, it's very diverse, and it feels really good. It's like playing Mortal Kombat mixed with GTA, you know? So, yeah, like it's a shame that not very many games kind of focus on like hand-to-hand melee kicking combat and stuff, and get rid of the gun thing for the most part, because this game did it really well. And it's also a shame that there's not a sequel. Like Square Enix, this probably holds a special place in their heart because Chinese people, but like they're not gonna make a sequel. Okay. Um so I put this above both the Dead Island games. Like if I have a list of games to recommend to people that like violent games or whatever, or like I don't know. They don't mind playing games that are rated M. That's what I'm saying. Then Sleeping Dogs would definitely be up there on that list because it's it's different, okay? It's like it was a game released in 2012, and the only other game series that comes close to it in its like style is that one game that people meme on all the time with the dude in the gray suit with the red shirt. I forgot what it's called. Dame dane, you know? So, yeah. So if you like that series, you'll like Sleeping Dogs. It's a lot more gritty, and the ending, it's okay. Yeah, all right. Yeah, you get it. I need to show footage of it, don't I? It, but yeah, it's GTA, but in China, basically. That's about it. And you're an undercover cop, so you're not like a bad person or anything. Where the frick is SL? Saints Row. Sleeping Dogs. Here we are. Yeah, look at that. So, of course, as you progress through the story, you're able to unlock more combos, naturally. And it's just like I like shooter games. And this does have shooting, but the manual combat, whoa. What the frick? Oh, that was a glitch. That's why I clipped it. What the heck? The manual combat, it just, and you can run people over instead of just fighting. It's meow, meow. Gosh dang it, Kimber. It's just, we love it, you know? And it, what was that? Michael Jackson. And the streets aren't super crowded, even if you're playing on Xbox One or PC. And it looks just like real life, even though, yeah, I don't know. If you're playing the enhanced version, it looks just like real life. And you can just take on like 6 guys at once, you know? And it just makes me feel so Sigma. And here's some guns. The gunplay, it's okay. Like, it's definitely not a staple in the game, so it's excused. But yeah. Oh, is this spoilers? Yeah, they're spoilers. My fault, OG. Kimber, can you please get off of my keyboard? Is this more spoilers? Yeah, that's more spoilers. I'm spoiling it all. Okay, whatever. You get it. The definitive edition has DLC, and the DLC, it's okay. It definitely doesn't need to exist, but you know, it exists, so whatever. All right, next game, Saints Row 2. So, I kind of wanted to go on a bit of a streak with GTA clones, so I started with Sleeping Dogs, and then I went to Saints Row 2 because I played Saints Row 4 last year, and for 2022, and I talked about that in my 2022 video. And so, since I played Saints Row 3 remastered in 2021, and then 4 in 2022, and then I wanted to play the second game for 2023, just to see like how do we go from street gangsta to businessman to president and then to like God, okay? So I did not finish this game because it's either mid or forgettable. I'll put in forgettable just because I didn't finish it, okay? I played it for 4 hours. Like, there's a lot to do in the city. It's actually it's almost on the same level as GTA 4, you know? And I'll talk about that in a sec. But if you're a fan of Saints Row 3 and 4, you probably won't like Saints Row 2 because it's so basic, all right? It's a game from 2009 and it's just it didn't age very well, you know? And some people say that Saints Row 2 is the best. I disagree. I think 3 and 4 are the best. I think they're equal. There's just it's primitive, okay? Okay, whatever. I have some clips. So here's the beginning. It glitched. It's a very glitchy game, as you can see. And here's my character. It's fire. There's Gyat.
Do something with your hair?
Yeah, there he is. That's the screenshot. Oh, that's the iconic frame. But yeah, I call him Tosswinker. But yeah, like it's not a bad game. It's just like me comparing it to GTA, I think is the problem because it is not GTA. It's a clone. It tries to be GTA. I was a Gee person, and this clip is corrupted for some reason. Like, look at the Gee trans representation. Like, that's crazy. I wish I finished this game, but it would have been such a drag because I was just not enjoying it. Okay, next game. Payday 2. I think this is the next game I played. And not Just Cause. All right, so Payday 2, another game I watched my brother play. This is like his most played game on Steam. He has like almost 1,000 hours on it. Either that, either it was Payday 2 or I'm thinking of Rainbow Six that he has 1,000 hours on. I don't know, but played it on his Xbox. He was addicted to it, and then he got a laptop later when he was an adult, and so he played it even more. And yeah, so I decided to dabble my hand on it, and I only have 20 hours on it before I uninstalled it. Like, it's pretty good, and I'm gonna put it under the Dead Island games. Okay, so Payday 3, I did not play it. It's on my wish list, and I'd love to play it, but I don't want to pay money for it. Okay, like I'd love it if someone gifted it to me, because it just doesn't seem like it's worth the money. Like it's literally Payday 2 with better graphics and slightly different missions and different mechanics, and it's revamped and like how was it necessary? I don't know. Nobody's really talking about it anymore, so I'm glad I didn't buy it. But Payday 2, I think it holds up pretty well as a heist game to this day. Like it's
Instead, I just told people, oh yeah, it led to them abandoning me to avoid
I was gonna say memorable because,
if anyone stood up for me.
but then if I then I'll have to put it in the memorable tier. Yeah, it's pretty fun. But it's also really hard sometimes because I have to use my brain to do things. Like in this mission, there's just so much going on, and I get so overstimulated. But yeah, I guess that's all I gotta say. There's there's not much to say. Like these are games I played many months ago, and everything about them is just I'm just forgetting. All right, but after Payday 2, we went on vacation over the summer, and so the like almost the exact day that we came back, I installed Just Cause 1 because I had it in my library for a long time. I put it off for so long. So here's another GTA clone. It's not technically a GTA clone. I just call it that because it's a third-person free roam, but this is a game from 2007, and you might recognize the name from Just Cause 3 and 4 that came out more recently, which are very good games, and I wish I played those again instead. But Just Cause 1, I went into it again looking for an experience from its sequels, and I did not get that. It's a primitive game from the mid 2000s that just like it's fun if you're a 3-year-old, you know? And like you're a 3-year-old in 2007 and you're just playing your dad's egg box and yeah. So I put it below Saints Row 2 and Forgettable. How about that? Um I I almost want to put it in Dookie, but it's like what are you gonna do? Alright, whatever. I do have some clips though. And I keep on forgetting to show these clips as I'm talking about it so I can save time. Okay, I have one clip. So here's basically what it looks like.
Big shock. So
I
apparently-
have high expectations. This is Hispanic Pepe. That's why I clipped it, because he looks so goofy. But yeah, these are pre-rendered cutscenes. Like it looks like the Chinese motivational beaver. You know? So I guess that's that. That's all I got for you. The gameplay is primitive, the story is primitive. It's just an entry into an amazing video game series. And that's kind of all that's all it is. It's just the start of something big. But the start of it wasn't even big in the first place. Just Cause 3 and 4 is some of my favorite games I've ever played in my life. They're revolutionary when it comes to the destruction, and there's the grappling hook to get around faster. There's guns that are really fun to use and all that stuff. Gosh dang it. And the fact that I was expecting that to be in a 2007 game is just, I am so baked. All right. So I think I played Left 4 Dead 1 and 2 after that. So yeah, Left 4 Dead 1 pretty good in it. Left 4 Dead 2 memorable. Okay. Like I played Left 4 Dead 1 and I'm like, "Dang, this is this is very basic. I don't remember it being like this when I was a kid." And then I played Left 4 Dead 2 and I'm like, "Oh, this is what I remember from when I was a kid." Because the thing is, I never actually played Left 4 Dead 1 in my life. I played Left 4 Dead 2 when I was a kid with my brother. And when you have if you play with Xbox Gold, you get the DLC maps, which is literally just the Left 4 Dead 1 maps, but with Left 4 Dead 2 items and zombies. Um and so as I'm going through the maps, I'm like, "Wow, this is so boring." Okay, boring is a strong word. I had fun throughout this. I'm like, "Yeah, this is a pretty decent zombie game." Left 4 Dead 2 though takes it to the next level because there's new stuff. The gore's like more high quality and all that, and you can actually chop off limbs easier. Um, so yeah, Left 4 Dead 2, it's a masterpiece. Okay, Left 4 Dead 1 again is the entry to it, and it's a little more primitive, but it was still revolutionary for the time. But Valve just needed to step it up because people are like, "Wow, this game's so good," and Valve's like, "Oh, yo, you like this? All right, let's put a little bit of more. Let's put more eggs in this basket, and let's make a sequel." And they made a really good sequel. People say that it's the best zombie game of all time. That might be true. Like thinking about it, I don't know if it's my favorite zombie game ever. Like like I said earlier, Dead Island 1 was my favorite for a while until I played it and I realized, oh, it doesn't hold up that well. Um I don't know what my favorite zombie game is. Like I like COD Zombies. Like that would be my first kind of, like if I made a tier list of zombie games, COD Zombies would be somewhere on there. That would be the first thing I'd think of, but yeah, I don't know. I guess that's all I got to say. Um I don't know if I need to show any gameplay for Left 4 Dead because you kind of know what it looks like, I assume. All right. Another GTA clone, but it's GTA 4, so it's an actual GTA game. So this, like, I don't know what motivated me to play this. Like, there's this one meme that I saw of like it's like a kawaii anime girl, and then it cuts to the clip of Nico waking up Roman. He's like, "Nico, are you sleeping, you fat frick?" "Oh, sorry, Nico, I'm catching some Z's." So that was like my main exposure to it, just that meme. And so, like, obviously, I played GTA 5, I played Red Dead 2. And so I just wanted to know, like, what's a Rockstar game from 2008 like? Because we can't play Red Dead 1 from 2010. It's not on PC. You have to have an Xbox of any generation, not any Xbox 360, One, or Series X and S. And they'll have like a 4K copy of it for that. But yeah. GTA 4. It's okay. I thought about how I would like I'll stick it right there for now. Hold on. I'll get back to that. Let me show clips before I forget. So it's the beginning of it, specifically the beginning of the game. As soon as you load it up, it's very glitchy. Look at this. You're just zooming in to the car. Like, why? But then when you get through once you're halfway through the game, the glitches just like stop. It's very smooth. Like, even with the DLC's fine. There's no problems with the DLC. But it's just the beginning of the main story. For some reason, there's so many glitches. It's, yeah. So yeah, Nico, he's him and his cousin Roman, they're Serbian immigrants. And they're coming to New York City for a better life. You already know that. Oh, here's another glitch. I'm putting my car into the mechanic. Nico's walking out, and the thing closes on him. See? And he can't walk out. And he did this for like 5 minutes. Like, hello, are you gonna fix yourself? So I had to close the game and reopen it. I went through the cutscene again, and then it worked. What is this? Is this showing off the graphics? Yeah. The shadows are so pixelated. Like, that's the shadows and the textures. Those are the main visual things that haven't aged well. Here's a Gee person. There's like a lot of this game was so ahead of its time. It has so much political commentary that probably didn't mean that much at the time, but now it's so relevant, you know? I love this bit so much. I have so many clips. Like, there's just so much to unpack here. Like, this game took me 50 hours to beat. I didn't do most of the side content. I was just done. Like, this game is so exhausting because it's so old. It's almost as old as me. And so I just couldn't be bothered. And then there's the final mission here. It's glitched. I couldn't even technically beat the game because it was glitched. I don't even remember what the problem was, but yeah, it was glitched. I couldn't finish it. So I had to look up an ending on YouTube. And so then the rest of this here, it's the DLC. You get to play as in a biker gang, and they're actually American. And then, what is this? Yeah, and then you play as this dude. I forgot his name. And there's this Arabic guy. He keeps on saying the N-word. Yeah. So can Arabic people say the N-word? I don't know. What is this? Oh, that's a Great Gatsby reference. It's the Optominus. Right. So GTA 4. It's like in the back of my mind, I always imagined it would be on top of pretty good in it and on the bottom of memorable. Because there's so much stuff in this game. Like, every once in a while, I'm just thinking about games. I'm like, oh yeah, there's GTA 4, that exists. And I just think about everything I went through to finish this. And I'm like, well, yeah, that is a game. That is a game from 2008. Definitely a game. So, would I recommend people to play this? No. If you're, I will say this though, if you're so desperate for GTA 6 to come out, this can be a good medicine for you to just cope with it. Because, like, at least it's something, okay? It's something GTA related. That's kind of all it has. That's all it has nowadays. Like, just to distract yourself from the insanity of GTA 5 and to distract yourself from the insanity of waiting for GTA 6. Like, if you're okay with old games, I'd recommend this, okay? It was ahead of its time. Like, there's a lot of good jokes in there that are like 10 times funnier nowadays. Yeah. I guess that's it. Right. So, next game, Borderlands 1. I played Borderlands 1 with my brother. He introduced me to a lot of games, and mm, apart from COD, Halo, Dead Island, and Sleeping Dogs, and all that, Saints Row, GTA, he also introduced me to Borderlands. And you see, the thing with me and him, I love Borderlands 10 times more than him. He thinks it's so mid. But Borderlands 1, I have not played this in a very long time. And so I never even finished it with him. I didn't even know how it ended. But I wanted to get the game for myself, so I got the enhanced edition. So the graphics are a little bit better and stuff. Um, I can't look at this gameplay like a normal person because this is the gameplay. This is the exact recording that I used in my Illymation abortion video. And I got like hundreds of people, no, not hundreds, like dozens of people saying that I'm a man and I shouldn't have an opinion on abortion and stuff in the comment section, all that stuff. This is such an infamous 2023 video. But yeah, Borderlands 1, it was so much better than I remembered. Like, that's a very rare phenomenon. Me playing a game that I kind of liked when I was a kid, and I play it again, and it's so much better than I remember. Like, that does not happen all that much. But yeah, those are the only two clips I have. But yeah, I bottom of memorable. It, yeah, we'll keep it. No, we'll put it above Left 4 Dead 2. I don't know what else to say about it. So, there's DLC in it. The DLC's okay. It's not better than Borderlands 2, pre-sequel, Tales, and Borderlands 3. I haven't played Tiny Tina's Wonderlands though. I need to do that at some point. I just don't know when. I've just been putting it off for years now. But it's not better than the other games, but it's very close. Okay, for what it is, the fact that it came out in 2010, the fact that it's so unique, and the art style, the gameplay, the guns, the characters, the concepts, it holds a special place in my heart now. Because like I don't know why. I don't know why it's so special. Like I said, this is stuff I played throughout the whole year, like months ago, so I just don't remember anything. So let's just go to Borderlands 2 VR. I think this is my favorite VR game ever. Like, Borderlands 2 is my favorite game of all time. Okay? Like, the story, I just love it so much. I love Handsome Jack. I love his kind of thing as a villain. I love the guns and its diversity. I love the characters. I love the Vault Hunters. I love the enemies. My favorite enemies are the loaders, the robots, because you get to blow off their limbs. And it's more satisfying than just blowing off human limbs. I don't know why. But yeah, but then putting the game in VR, it's so good. It's iconic. Okay? Like, oh, I don't know, mate. This also took me 50 hours to beat. Let's find it. Borderlands 2 VR. And I played this game so many times normally, like on the Xbox, my PS Vita, and PC. What is this, my fifth playthrough? Or fourth? No, it's my fifth. right? Yeah. I'm so good at this game, even in VR, because I just understand how it works. And all that. And then there's Bloodwing dying. Ah, that's one of my favorites. And then there's the Minecraft Easter egg. I had no idea this was in it. I tried to do every single side quest because I technically haven't done all of them in my life. I think I've done all of the main story side quests, but then the DLC side quests, I haven't done all of those. Not every single one. So I was trying to kind of 100% the game. But I had to move on. I spent so much time playing through everything that this game had to offer. And oh, that's copyrighted. Yeah, so this is a clip I put on Twitter, and this is my favorite one. It's just me killing a bunch of people in a bar, listening to Freebird. So yeah, just wanna favorite VR game besides VR chat. If you're a big VR nerd, I would recommend Borderlands 2 VR. The thing is, it is so poorly received as a VR game. Like people complain about all the glitches and stuff. There's not that many glitches, if I'm being honest. Like every once in a while there's like an annoying glitch. It's like and then you got to restart your game. But overall, like it's not that bad. You can look past the glitches because the one I think the main problem with Borderlands 2 as a game is the fact that the beginning is so slow. Like you really have to get through the first few missions to start liking it and stuff. Like I have friends that will try out Borderlands 2 because I shill it so much. It's my favorite game ever. And they're like, yeah, so the last time I played it was like a year ago and I'm still on the mission where you have to get the battery for the sanctuary, I think. Did my cat fart? I smell fart. Kimber, you smell. She smells like a litter box. Okay. Um, Kimber, can you get off of me? You know I don't like that smell. You might have a poopy butt. Okay. Um, what was I saying? Right. So you have to give it time in order for the game to start getting good. The beginning is a little bit slow, but then it picks up. You get into some really good missions and good side quests and yeah, like some of the side quests is like the best part of the game because some of them are so iconic. Like Handsome Jack, the villain, he gives you a quest to kill yourself, and if you do, of course you get XP money. It's just an easy mission, but it's like shock humor, you know. And then there's the Face McShooty one. That's like the most iconic in the whole game because it's just like you just shoot a random enemy in the face because he's screaming at you to do it. And as soon as you shoot him in the face, if you don't shoot him in the face, if you shoot him somewhere else and you kill him, you fail the quest and you have to do it again. But if you shoot him in the face, he falls to the ground. He's like, "Thank you." It's crazy. It's madness. But yeah, I guess you get it. So Borderlands 3, I played Borderlands 3 at first in like 2020, I think, or 2021. I don't remember. I played it twice. I played through the story twice, but I never played the DLC. Okay, since I'm such a big fan of Borderlands, I I wish listed all of the DLC for this game just so I can get the whole Borderlands experience, okay? Um because, I played like every other game. I watched my brother play Tales. I never played Wonderlands though. Like I said, I need to do that at some point, but so the DLC, it none of it is anywhere near better than the main story. Like the main story is pretty solid, okay? But there is one DLC I really really liked. Let me put it right there for now. Oh, is this it? No, it's the Gee people. These dudes kiss and stuff. It's really funny. That's another DLC. Okay, so this one the Cluster Frick of Krieg or whatever it's called. This one was so good. Like, Psycho Krieg and the Fantastic Fuster Luck. Yeah. Like, you're inside the mind of Krieg, and I use this for gameplay of my Is There Hope for Black People video. Like, it's very interesting seeing the mind of a psycho, you know? And that it uses a lot of reused assets, but like it combines into like this strange world. And like I said, it's in the mind of a psycho, so it's supposed to be weird. But yeah, it's a very surreal experience, and it really caught my attention. And so this one's the best DLC. That's what I'm saying. But yeah. So since even though I've already played Borderlands 3, I never played the DLC, so I wanted to put this on the list, and especially since I finally played Borderlands 1 and then Borderlands 2 VR. So just ending off the trilogy here. Here's Borderlands 3 DLC. I'll put it right here behind Sleeping Dogs. I'm pretty good in it. Like Borderlands 3 as a main story game, it would be in like maybe on top of memorable, above Wolfenstein. But we're doing the DLC right now. So the DLC as a whole, it's pretty good in it. Relatively high on the list, but yeah. All right, next game, Cyberpunk 2077. People, okay, you already know the story. This game, disastrous release, glitchy, blah, poor optimization. Everyone hated this game. But then as more patches came through, I need to get gameplay. As more patches came through, the more the game improved. And so in 2023 and a little bit of 2022, it was so well received. Did I have ray tracing on? No. I turned it off when I took this clip. But yeah, this game has been shilled so much to me. And like almost everyone I know that's like a big gamer have like played it and stuff. Oh, here's a glitch, by the way. Look. Game-breaking glitch. She's floating. Like, there's still some glitches. But overall, it is a very playable game. Like, you would have never known that this game was super glitchy on launch if you played it now for the first time. Like, yeah. An impressive car. Yeah. Johnny Silverhand is my favorite character. I wanted to get a like a figurine of him for Christmas from Amazon, but nobody got it for me. I got literally everything else. Yeah. Like what else do I say about this game? It's I'd say it's memorable. I rate it an 8.9 out of 10 because I wouldn't say it's a 9 out of 10 because the main thing I don't like about it is the fact that it's a cyberpunk theme, you know? It's like it's a cyberpunk genre game. And I'm not super into cyberpunk stuff. Like sure the neon signs, the South Korea, you know, all that stuff. That's cool and all, but it's just not my thing. Like it's just it's a utopia for liberals, you know? And I don't mean that in a mean way. I'm just saying like it's not my style. I don't know. It's a theme and style created by liberals, okay, and it's very obvious. There's a lot of themes in the game. It's just like, oh yeah, a liberal wrote that in the script. Oh, you know. There's a trans person in this game, and it's not super obvious at first until you look at the back of her truck. I don't know if I have a clip of her truck. Well, here's her. This is a dude,
Nice. That fucking
and
rules.
she looks totally like a woman
Right?
Sweetest man I
and
ever
sounds
knew.
like a woman.
Just
We were
take it
friends
easy.
before my gender
And
transition.
she talks about her transition money.
Charlie X.
The money that her husband gave her to transition or something. Something along those lines. But at the back, on the back of her truck, I don't think I have a clip. Oh, there's Pan Am. She's pretty cool.
Maps of the
We fricked in the Basilisk. I would have clipped it, but I didn't. So you don't get to see that. But there's a booty.
Fuck you.
This is
The convoy will
pre-nut.
hold the railroad crossing on the 101.
Frick.
We'll attack from behind, then get
There's
the
some,
hell out of
yeah.
the way. Questions? Comments?
It's all too easy. Convenient.
I can't do this. Yeah, on the back of that trans person's truck, there's a trans flag. That's what I'm trying to say. And I'm like, wait a minute. Why is there a trans flag? And why is it in my face when I'm driving the car? And eventually I learned, oh, it's a trans person because she starts talking about her transition stuff. And yeah, it didn't take too much. It's a side quest, okay? The quest that you have with that person, it's optional, okay? And she's not a horribly written character. But I don't want to go off too much on a tangent. But yeah, Cyberpunk, it's a 8.9 out of 10. It's, if I were to imagine the future, this is not how I'd imagine it. Especially since Night City is in Northern California, and if you go outside the city, there's like desert regions and stuff. And you're like, strange. I wonder where we are. It looks like Southwest America. But my brother, because I was telling him about how I was playing it and I was really enjoying it, he looked it up on a wiki page or whatever, and it was like, it was saying Cyberpunk 2077 takes place in Northern California, and the reason why it's all deserty is because of climate change. That's right, you heard it here, folks. So, I can't get away with the liberal. I'm trying to be apolitical as possible, but it's just, I guess that's the reason why I don't think it's a 10 out of 10. Is that what I'm trying to say? I don't know. Well, like I said, my main reason why I don't think it's a 10 out of 10 is because me personally, I don't rock with the cyberpunk style of the future. Like I'd imagine it much differently. Okay. I don't know how I'd imagine it exactly. Maybe something like Saints Row 3, or maybe, I don't know, or like Black Ops 3, you know, something like that. That's more on the nose of how I think the future would look like, just a little bit. Maybe it's a little bit exaggerated in those games, but I would think of something like that for the 2070s. Okay, so yeah, Cyberpunk is memorable. It's not iconic. Okay. So Wolfenstein 2, The New Colossus. I was so excited to play this game because I read the reviews for it on Steam and they were so positive. Like it has the best gameplay, the best story. I'm like, "Oh, this is going to be so good." Like Wolfenstein The New Order was so good. And then 2 is going to be so much better. Yeah. So yeah, it was better. Okay, so let's get some clips here. Like the opening to it when you're in the wheelchair with the SMG, I wish I recorded that. It was a shocker start. And then this old chick, I barely remember who she was, but she gets killed and there's this cutscene and it's really good. And so you get this fat chick. Okay. Like this game came out in 2017, but again, it was so ahead of its time. You get to meet your dad and you learn about how traditional and racist he is. And your mom was apparently Jewish. So you have a German last name because you're like half German or whatever. But then but Blazkowicz is half Jewish as well because his mom was Jewish apparently. So not only is he an Aryan king, but he's a Jewish rat at the same time. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, the graphics are really good if they're cranked all the way up. It looks just like real life. And then there's Hitler. Oh, frick. I am Adolf Hitler, commander of the Third Reich. A little known fact, I am also dope on the mic. And he hates people from Arizona because there's just too many Mexicans here. How do you know that this dude isn't like a quarter Mexican? Like, I know people that are half or quarter Mexican, and you don't know they're Mexican until they tell you. Like, oh, by the way, I'm Mexican. And then you're like, wait a minute, but you look white. And they're like, yeah, I know. Because I'm half white, and I just don't look brown at all. It's so annoying. I just want consistency with races, you know? If you're Mexican, why don't you need to look slightly brown? Why do you look white if you're half Mexican? It doesn't make any sense. So yeah, that's why he killed that guy, probably. That's my theory. If you're from Arizona, you might be a little bit Mexican, even if you're white, and you just don't know. The DLC sucks. People did not like the DLC. Just stick to the main story. If you can help it, just don't buy the DLC. It's not worth it. It's so soulless. It was literally just a cash grab. Like, I remember buying the game, and I looked at the Steam page or whatever, or I looked at my library, and it's like, available DLC. And I'm like, wait, what is DLC? So I just went ahead and bought it without thinking. It was a waste of money. Yeah. So there you go. It's one of the best games this year. Wolfenstein as a series is definitely in my top 10 favorite games of all time. Like, it's just like kind of on a similar level as Doom, because it's made by some of the same people that made Doom 2016 and Eternal. The gameplay is very good. The story is very good. The world is very interesting. Blazkowicz is a cool character, all that stuff. But yeah. Of course, I also played the Old Blood and Young Blood, but that's for the end. Those are the last games that I played. All right, so next, it was like November or December by the time I finished Wolfenstein 2, and so since the year was ending, I was kind of panicking, like, oh, well, what am I gonna play next? I need to play something else before the year ends, and so I had the Halo Master Chief Collection. I put this off for so long. I was gonna play this in 2022, but I didn't. And so I'm playing in 2023 at the end. So Halo 1, the okay, which Halos have I played already? So obviously my brother introduced me to the series when I was a kid. So I played Halo 1. I think I played 2 either 0 times or once. I don't remember though. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't know much about Halo 2. I watched my brother play it a little bit, but he beat it when I wasn't looking. I played Halo 3 multiplayer quite a bit. Oh my gosh, Halo Reach. I forgot to put Halo Reach on here. What the frick? Gosh dang it. Because I gotta put it in mid. Okay, anyway. So, Combat Evolved, Halo 1. I would put it below Sleeping Dogs and pretty good in it. Like, it holds up so well today, even whether or not you're playing on the remastered graphics. There's just it was so revolutionary at the time, and it seems so primitive nowadays, but still, like, the gameplay is fun, the story is pretty decent. And the map design and the style, the art style, Halo 1 has my favorite art style of all the Halo games. Cuz after Halo 1 and 2, they went realistic. But I don't think it works. I hate the realistic style that Halo has. The cartoony, colorful style that makes it look like Fortnite, I think that worked a lot better. And so if they stuck with that cartoony style, I think it would have been like a really good in terms of visuals. And it would stand out. It would be unique because so many other game studios, they go realistic and stuff. But why does that have to be everyone? Why can't we be goofy sometimes? All right, here's What is this? This is Halo Reach. Halo Reach is mid. I'm gonna say it flat out. It is mid. I don't have anything in the mid tier, but that's where Halo Reach would be.
Unlocked. That you gave to us.
And I'm not going to elaborate. I already made two videos, one on the main channel going over it a little bit, and then another one on the second channel here. This recording is super laggy, but you can kind of see what I mean. Like, it's so colorful, you know? Look at that. It just doesn't look like real life. Like, I think that works a lot better. And then here's Halo Reach. It's so gritty. Like, and then look, back to Halo 1. Look at that. It's so vibrant, even on the remastered version. Like, where did you all go? And then here's Halo 3. I mean, it's in a desert scene. So, I can't really make a point there. What is this? This is ODST?
And if people are watching you, they either are
Oh,
very
yeah, I think you get the idea. Let's just do this really fast. So, yeah, Halo 1, right here, I'm pretty good in it. Halo 2, I'd say is... I don't know, I'll put them right next to each other. I'm not sure. I don't like Halo 2 as much. But I don't know where I'd put it on this tier. Okay, so then Halo 3, I think, is memorable. ODST is also memorable. They're really close. They're really close. They're right next to each other. Halo 4. I like Halo 4 because of the gameplay. That's like my favorite part of it. Everything else though, like the way, like the new enemies, the new guns, it's okay. But yeah, so here we are. Halo Reach is the worst one, and then Halo 2, Halo 4, Halo 1, Halo 3 ODST, and then Halo 3. So I'm a Halo 3 fan. How about that? Okay, Mafia. Mafia from 2002. Flat out, I'm gonna say Dookie. I don't know if I have any clips. I played it for like... I don't know how long. Oh, here's a clip. So this is the last mission I did. As you can see, the camera angle, horrible. Like this game, even if you're playing it in 2002, I don't know how you could possibly have fun. The gameplay is horrible. Yeah, that's the main bit. The gameplay is horrible. Like the visuals are horrible, obviously, but like I can look past that. It's just the gameplay. Like, how do you have gameplay that is this bad? Even Halo could do better. So that's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say, yeah. Half-Life 1. It was free on Steam because of the 25th anniversary. So I played it. It's a very short game. Played it for 3 hours, 3.7 hours. The gameplay's okay. Like, it's fast-paced, Source Engine, you know? But it just... because of how short it is and how primitive it is... I'm too young for this, you know? It's just not my generation. Okay, technically, it came out at the start of Gen Z, but you know what I'm saying. So I put it in mid. Half-Life 1 is mid. But I feel like a criminal saying that, you know? I need to put something in the mid tier. There's too much stuff and pretty good in it. So then I played Battlefield 1. My brother was also obsessed with this game on his laptop. He grinded it. The story is so short. I played it on medium difficulty. Um, I played it for 5.4 hours. I beat it in 2 days, and then I uninstalled it. I didn't play the multiplayer. I didn't do any like achievement hunting, or I didn't try to unlock any new guns. That was it. That's Battlefield. I played it like right after Christmas, and then I just forgot about it. So yeah, Battlefield. I'd say, yeah, I'd say it's above Dead Island. Yeah, yeah. I'll keep it right there. It's pretty good in it. Okay, like I wanted to. I've been teaching myself. I haven't been learning this at school at all. I've been teaching myself as much as I can about history and World War I and World War II. Do I have clips of Battlefield? No, I don't. I don't have a single clip. Oh yeah, that's because the Nvidia replay wasn't working, so I don't have any clips. That's crazy. I can't show anything for Battlefield 1. I'm sorry, but yeah, so I wanted to play Battlefield 1 just so I can see like what is EA's take on the Great War, okay? And obviously it's a little bit exaggerated just so all the zoomers are entertained with it, but overall it's very interesting. Like being able to see all of the realistic scenery of what real life looks like and then having the combat on top of it. And like I said, like it's exaggerated a little bit, but like still taking down the giant hot air, no, what are they called? The Zeppelin? Taking down the giant Zeppelin, that was a cool mission. Like I remember seeing that when the game first came out when I was a kid. Me and my brother were watching YouTube and stuff. And I thought it was like such a cool concept. Like, whoa, taking down a Zeppelin in a British plane in London in World War I, that's crazy. But yeah, my favorite storyline, I think, is I'd say the Australian guy, the last one, or the second to last. Yeah, that was the second to last. But if the Australian guy had more than 2 missions, I think that would have been goated. Yeah, my favorite storyline is between the British tank guy and the plane guy because they both have like on foot combat. It's more than just vehicle combat. And like just going through the forest and going through the trenches, that's just when you think of World War I, that's what you think about. And so like being able to get immersed into a game and really see what World War I was kind of like, just kind of, um, like it was something I feel like I've been longing for a while because like it's only recently I started to appreciate um the history of World War I and how that all went down. Cause like in history class, like there's not really much to show. Like there's a few black and white photos you can find, a few documents and articles. But like the amount of stuff that they just don't teach in school is actually criminal, okay? Um I don't know. I'm really into war. I've been watching a lot of war movies. When my brother showed me and my parents the new All Quiet on the Western Front 2022, I was so blown away as to how such a primitive modern war was like so traumatizing to people. I could like cuz the main character, he's just a kid, okay? That's kind of the formula of all the All Quiet on the Western Front movies throughout, like from 1930, 1979 and then 2022. It's just some kid fighting for his homeland in Germany. and just being traumatized by the end of it. Like, oh, I didn't ever wanted to come to war. Why are we fighting? Oh, why is everyone dying? He has to come face to face with people as he's killing them, and he just feels guilty about it. And they do it in the 2022 version. It's made by a German studio and stuff, and they do it so well. It traumatizes the viewer. You know, I walked away from the living room when the movie ended, and I just didn't know what to think. I took a shower in pure silence. It had such a long lasting impact on me. I watched that movie like 3 times afterwards, I think. Something like that. It's such a good movie. It's one of my favorite war movies ever, okay? So then I think I watched 1917 not long afterwards. That is also a really good movie. It's got British people and they have to run really really far to warn a battalion of a like an ambush from the Germans. And the best part of the movie is the fact that it's like a lot of this like really really long scenes. They're just like one take. Okay, from the start of the movie to like halfway, that is all one shot. And the only reason why the shot ends is because the dude like gets knocked out. But I did hear from someone it's technically not all one shot. There's some bits where there's cuts, but it's not as obvious. Like it's fancy editing. Like the camera will move past like a tree or something and they'll just mask out the cut and then they have like a new recording and they play it over each other. And as it moves past the tree, there's the new clip and then it continues. So that sounds very likely, but like still just the fact that it looks like it's all one shot, that is just it just amazes me. Um yeah, it's another good movie. So yeah, of course World War II is on top. It's the best war ever, okay? And so I get cultured in that quite a bit. I replayed Call of Duty World at War and stuff, and so I started watching some World War II movies, like Come and See. It's a Russian film from the 80s. That is another one of my favorite ones right now because it's the most edgy war movie ever made, I'm pretty sure. Okay, like I don't need to be talking about this right now. Let's just finish the tier list. We got 2 more games here. Battlefield 1, pretty good. But yeah, here we go. The Wolfenstein: The Old Blood. So the whole reason why I wanted to play this is because I've become such a big fan of Wolfenstein after the first 2 new games, okay? Um I wanted more. I wanted to know what the series had to offer after that. And so right after the New Order came out in 2015, there's the Old Blood that they released as a prequel with flipped assets and a new environment, a new story. It's pretty short. It's like 5 hours, but it it was really really good, I must say. Um, and I'd go as far as to say that it was memorable. So I'd put it above the Halos and then behind Left 4 Dead 2. Like the lead pipe thing that you have the whole game. I don't know what it is about that pipe, but that really like tingles my autism, you know? Like the fact that the main melee throughout the whole game is just this stupid lead pipe that you have and you can climb walls and break walls with them and hit people. Something about it just really impressed me on how much how effective of a motif it was, you know? It's on the cover art where BJ's holding it and stuff and yeah. So pretty much this is a prequel because it's in 1946 and it's literally what Blazkowicz was doing right before the New Order starts when you're in that plane and you go to that island and stuff and take over the castle. Yeah. And so when the Old Blood ends, you get saved by the Irish Scottish guy or whatever the frick, and you're going onto a plane and a truck and stuff, and the camera pans out, and then you realize, oh my gosh, they're going to go attack that castle in the beginning of the New Order, and it was like such a effective ending. I'm like, whoa. So zombies are canon? There's zombies in this game, by the way. I don't know if that was real, but yeah, it was shocking. So then the Youngblood, Wolfenstein Youngblood. This is also negatively there's a lot of negative criticism for this game. Came out in 2019. This is the last Wolfenstein game. If you're not counting the VR game that they released, which is like flipped assets where you're in a robot dog and you're just burning Nazis or whatever. I don't know. I watched like a short trailer of it. I don't think it looks too interesting. So it's mid, but it's above Half-Life 1. Okay, the gameplay, it's obviously decent. Okay, I think the gameplay in Wolfenstein 2 is better. Okay, like, even though how many upgrades that you're able to get in Youngblood, it's so hard to like it overall as a game because the story is really short and there's so many side quests. I don't even know the difference between a side quest and a main quest. So I was stuck on some side quests for a while, trying to figure out which one is actually the main quest because I need to finish this game really fast. And so I figured it out. I looked up some videos of a dude playing it and seeing what order of missions he was doing it in. So I figured it out. Oh, here we are. Here's how to beat the game. So I beat the game and it was so short. Okay? Here's Wolfenstein in a nutshell. You get knocked, and your AI partner will not revive you, no matter how much you beg, and then they die, so you have to use a shared life, and then revive them. And then I was also doing this bit in one of the main quests, where you have to each pull a lever at the same time, and she wasn't doing it. She was just looking at me. And I didn't realize that you had to press C in order to cancel the action, so I just closed the game and went to bed. And then I did the mission again the next day, and it worked. So here's the main villains. They're supposed to be friendly at the beginning, but then they turn on you as they reveal themselves to be part of the Fourth Reich. People always say Reich, but I think Rye sounds better. Like, just make the CH silent. But yeah, they're French people. Like, they're okay. But they're French, so I don't like them. So yeah. They're... Like, I'd say that there's a lot of side quests, but in reality, no, there's not that many side quests. Concluding it to be a really short game. It is so short. I think if you just focus on the main quests, and you get lucky, and hopefully you don't need a bunch of power-ups and stuff, the game is probably like 4 hours, if I'm being honest. That is not good. Because Wolfenstein 2, that has like the side quests in that are so short, they're not even like actual missions. They're just like chores you do around the base. Wolfenstein 2, let me look at my playtime. 18 hours. So, let's say the side content is like 1 hour in total. Wolfenstein 2's story is 17 hours pretty much. And then Youngblood is 4 hours. I think if I'm making an assumption, but that sounds pretty accurate. That is horrible. The Old Blood is 5 hours long. But that's just a random prequel. It's not like a AAA game or anything. And then the New Order, I got the New Order for free on Epic Games, so I have to have the game installed in order to look at my playtime, but I know for a fact it was longer than 10 hours, you know? So there you go. I guess this is the tier list. I guess that's it. And I guess that concludes the podcast, but I should probably have some final words. I do obviously plan on playing more games for 2024. the very next thing I want to play is Stalker 1 and Clear Skies and Pripyat and Anomaly, and then Stalker 2 once it comes out in September. So, we're going to start with Stalker this year. And yeah, I got a bunch of wish-listed games. I want to play Mafia 1, 2, and 3. But the remastered versions, of course, because the original is horrible. I want to play Dark Souls and Assassin's Creed 4 still. Yeah, Killer Bean when that comes out. I think that'd be funny. And then I have a list on my Discord. So, Stalker series, COD Advanced Warfare, Dying Light 1, Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, Killing Floor 2, Prey, Star Wars Battlefront 2, Assassin's Creed 4, Evil Dead, Warframe, Dishonored, Death Stranding, Dark Souls 3, Control, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, Fallout 3, because I want to replay it, FNAF Help Wanted, Boneworks, Walking Dead, Saints and Sinners, Ready or Not, Hunt Showdown. That list will expand over time, naturally. But that's the list right now. So there you go. I guess that's the podcast. I want to say more, but this episode's so long already. I probably shouldn't. Let's have one last look at the tier list here. Let's save and download. Okay, if you're going to be like that, we're not doing that then. Actually, oh, there you go. It worked. I'm probably going to text this to my brother. He's going to be so mad that I put Half-Life 1 in mid. I'm so sorry about Half-Life 1 fans. I'm going to say that. Like, I'm genuinely sorry that I did not think this game was that interesting. Like, maybe I'll play Half-Life 2 at some point. My brother thinks I should, but yeah. Yeah, I guess that's it. Let's share it on Twitter. No, I'm not doing that. Free bird. Alright, sub to the main channel, follow the Rumble, Instagram, Twitter, X, TikTok, and join the Discord server. Follow all the social media. Bye-bye. Oh, remember everyone, it's all just for funsies. Bye-bye.